Welcome to Daily Rise Network. Please subscribe to our channel to get the latest news and click on the bell icon to get notifications. Stay tuned. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has hailed the House of Representatives for its intervention in the protracted crisis between university lecturers and the federal government. The president of ASUU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said, "For the first time, we have seen light at the end of the tunnel." This is just as the Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, who briefed the leadership of ASUU about his meeting with the President Major General Muhammadu Buhari over the crisis, said he expected that the strike would be called off in a matter of days. ASUU said the 8-month strike by university's lecturer would soon be called off, while Gbajabiamila said most of the issues that caused the protracted crisis between ASUU and the federal government had been resolved and that the strike would end in a matter of days. The president of ASUU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said, "For the first time since the lecturers' drawn tools, we have seen light at the end of the tunnel." The speaker had called a meeting with the national leader of ASUU about meetings with Buhari over the crisis. The House had intervened in the crisis, during which the lawmakers held 3 stakeholders meetings and after which the parties made the 7-point resolution presented to the president. The speaker had, for the second time, had a follow-up meeting with Buhari on Friday. Before Gbajabiamila and Osodeke spoke on Monday, both parties met behind closed doors at the speaker's office for about 1 hour. Emerging from the meeting, the speaker said, "This is a recap to seal the deal on what has been a long-fought battle, long-hard road for everybody, both for ASUU, the student, and the government. As we recall, some weeks ago, the House got involved in the crisis and we had long, tough, intense meetings with ASUU. We had meetings with those on the government side, and we are happy to report that as the result of the consultation and intervention of the House, very significant progress has been made, and we are more or less at the end of the road. We're dotting some I's and crossing some T's." We agreed with ASUU and the government on certain things which we took to Mr. President. I have visited the President twice. First time we made our recommendations, with the government shifting some grounds and us shifting some ground. We spoke with Mr. President. There was one sticking issue, which was the issue of no work, no pay. And the president did ask that he would digest the recommendation would have one more meeting, which was done on Friday after the budget. That meeting was even better than the first one we had with him, and Mr. President had agreed to settle things. I am not going to talk about that now. He would disclose whatever it is tomorrow, Tuesday, which is tomorrow, on that one reminded issue. So it's added that beyond that, the other several issues had been taken care of. We are able to make sure that ASUU was asking for in terms of revitalizations of university salary, there has been significant improvement and has provided for the 2023 budget. We made sure that the salary structure has been looked at and there has been improvement as well. And we made sure that as you heard Mr. President say during the budget presentation, he appeal to ASUU to go back to class, and that's 470 billion naira total has been included in the budget. The issue of the IPPIS, which was another important issue, both ASUU and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the government have agreed that they will look together, and the particularity of UTAs that are required for the payment of platform IPPS. They would sit down together, and the chairman of the House Committee on Tertiary Education would also be part of the three parties sit down and make agreement to include all those things that are required by ASU in the IPPIS platform. I believe we have covered ground and covered most of the thorny issue, which what we have agreed with ASU is basically to put everything on paper, sign off, and I believe if we have met yesterday and the papers had been drawn up, ASU, I'm sure would have called off the strike today, but we only just met behind closed doors now, and so we have to draw up the agreement as I have stated to you. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, of course, ASU has to get back to its paces as well. Once that is agreed, I am very hopeful and very excited about the possibility or probability the strike would be called off in a matter of days. The speaker, who said he believed that the parties had concluded positively, noted that it was for the sake of our students and children. He said, I hope it would be a thing of past. Responding, the ASU president said the leadership of the union will go back to its chapter for constellation. We have met briefly in the speaker's office and looked at all the issues he has briefed us. We have taken note of what they have covered. As you know, in my union, we approach bottom up. We don't take decision on their behalf without taking their consent, he said. Disclosing the outcome of the closed-door meeting, Osadeke said he has agreed that between now and tomorrow we are going to get this documentation signed that we can take to our members. We will do that as quickly as possible in the interest of all of us, Nigerians and the students, so that these things can be resolved as quickly as possible. From what we have seen today, for the first time since our action started, we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, because this is the first time we are having such thing as attempt by by anybody or group to create something that will also make us to run into anything again. We do hope that this will be final in the interest of our children. The ASU president thanked the speaker for his resilience and intervention while urging the lawmaker to work with union and let us put a beautiful end of this thing we have started, so that every Nigerian will be proud that we have universities we can be proud of. Also, decades added, we also extend our appreciation to the president for intervening. We hope that this is the last time. I want to appeal that in future we should not allow strike to linger. A strike should not go beyond 2 days. If the way the National Assembly has intervened, if we had done that long ago, from the beginning to be allowed to do that all along, or those in charge of labor and education had done exactly this, we would not be here where we are today. We would have stayed more than 2 or 3 weeks in the strike. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to get more updates.